It's time! Treasure hunting with a 2-week build and Queen Raae! Yeah!
That would be me. Did you see my tweet where I took a shot of some of your vlogging shorts?
Yeah.
And I wrote, no one does shocked face better than you.
But in the one face, I wasn't shocked.
I know, but the last one you were pretty shocked. So I think if we start making edited videos again, Ola, I think I'm gonna need you to be like, I need to take like pictures of you that I can have on as a thumbnail, because then you can have that shocked face effect that seems to be going over really well. And the funny thing about you is that you're not even trying, are you?
If you need it, you can just look at my shorts and you'll get your shocked face.
Oh, that's maybe what I should do. I'll just do stills
live
from your shorts and put that on my edited videos.
Do it live.
That's also a way of doing it. So I'm gonna move you over to the other screen, and then we'll do some presenting here.
I'm gonna do the what now? It's what time?
Yeah, so same thing as yesterday, though. Yes, I do know what our what is. I think I do have a what for us. Let's do a what. So today's what is adding some episodes to the front page of our podcast website, Built in Astro. So when you come to the front page, you'll get maybe the most popular or the latest or a combination of those. Maybe we could like have a way where you could choose featured ones and have those on the front page, because what we've already managed to do is create a page per episode and also create paginated archive pages. We did that yesterday. And then today we're going to put some on the front page. And then I think we'll also have time to plop in a persistent audio player again, so that we have that persistent audio player before next week, where we're going to make it all look good. So why? Because I think it's cool that one has the latest on the front page, and also like the most popular. You know, it could be fun to just like have a little bit of a, not always just the latest, like have being able to select some podcast episodes for the front page. So we'll try that. But we've been having like, I'm having some kind of like conceptual issue with Astro. So I've been like chatting here with these two guys, the Patrick and Rishi, and it looks like Rishi has a good answer. He's going to make a PR for us, so we'll see. Because my question was that, you know, we need to grab, like, we need the same data on our index page. That's what we're doing today, to like pick out some good episodes for the front page. But then we also, you know, we need to, you know, we need to fetch the data from the Transistor API, where our podcast information lives. So we'll need to fetch it on the index page, but then also on the episode slug dynamic route page, which is then it fetches all of the episodes, and then it creates one page per episode. But then also on the episodes archive dynamic page here, where we're also asking for all the episode, and then asking Astro to chop that into pages that we can have. So it feels, you know, like I'm writing here, once for the front page, once to generate the archive page, and once to generate a single episode page. So we are asking the Transistor API 3 times to create these 3 different types of pages, I think, at least. And then he said basically you can create a function that maps API slug to file JSON. So what I think he's recommending here, or suggesting, is that you call the API once, and then you save the results on disk, and that's the one you use for the next asks. So you're kind of building a, you know, like a data layer, a data cache yourself. So it's going to be interesting to see his his take on this. But then also, when I was trying to explain more to the other person that asked, where is that? It's like, I feel like we should be able to build, I think it's here. And then I just asked Flavio Copes because I've seen he's done a lot with Astro. Like, I feel like it should be possible to make collections from remote data. Oh, now there's a new answer from his, but I can't seem to find any documentation on that. So Astro has like really cool collection system or concept where you can take markdown files that you have locally, and they will become a collection of data with the same fields. Or you could also have JSON files in your file system, in your local file system, and those will become collections.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's that missing piece where I should be able to ask for JSON from somewhere else, and then have that being turned into a collection only once on on build. So maybe this person, Patrick, says maybe use endpoint for set cat. That's just 13 seconds ago, so I haven't read this yet. So maybe use endpoint for setting cache in first call and return JSON, or you can create a JSON file with a script before. Yeah, so that's similar to what the other guy was saying, that you can save a JSON file and then use that for generating the pages.
Yeah.
So maybe, but we're just going to continue with our approach for now.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens over the weekend if people want to contribute. And like he's saying here, it's the same problems with Next.js pages. And this is like the thing that Gatsby solved. And they solved it in a way that people felt was very complicated, because they solved it with a data layer, and then you had to use graphical to query that data layer. But I feel like Astro should be able to do the same, but with their collection system that is then type safe through TypeScript and SOD validation, instead of a full-blown kind of data layer with its own, with GraphQL. Because I think like the obstacle for a lot of people with Gatsby was the graphical way of then having to fetch the data. So like, it feels like, I'm calling it, Astro will soon let us create collections from remote data. I feel it. Feel it in my gut. Let's see if my predictions, write it down in your book, Ola, and we'll see if it happens. But let's just create some episodes on the front page, and then let's go get back to adding in the persistent player, and then maybe even being able to change the audio on the persistent player, because that would actually be more interesting than the front page thing. But let's swiftly do the front page thing. Oh, I don't know which repo I have open now, so I'm gonna just remove this from my screen so I don't accidentally show any secrets. Can never be too careful. Okay, then I'll share my screen again at this stage. Yeah, so this is our page. This is our these are pages, and then we also want these on the front page here. So we'll do the same thing. We're gonna await all episode data, because I don't think we can ask the we can't ask that transistor API for the most popular. We'll have to loop through in some way, because we can only get episodes order, and we can only order by oldest first or newest first. So we can't like do a most popular. And then we'll go and see if, or did we realize yesterday when I looked through this documentation that we don't get any analytics data on this endpoint? Let's have a look.
I don't remember. Did we?
Update video URL. No, it doesn't look like we get. I was hoping that we would get the analytics for the show. on this endpoint so that we can like get the most popular ones. Okay, so let's then do analytics. Receive analytics of downloads per day for an entire podcast. Defaults to the last 14 days. So will this be okay? So this is analytics of downloads per day. What is the response? So the response is the day and then the downloads. So we still wouldn't get the most popular episodes, would we? Get all episode analytics. Retrieve analytics of downloads per day for all episodes of a podcast. Defaults to the last 7 day. And then the response, will that be per day or will it be? Yes, so that would be per day. Single episode analytics. Well, that's not interesting because then we wouldn't know which one is the most popular. No, it looks like we will have to do some calculations ourselves. So if we get all episode analytics, and then we'll need to, so the episodes, then we need to go through downloads and then add all of the downloads together for the 7 days. And that would give us the most popular per 7 days. Yeah, then this is going to take this whole episode because my algorithm skills while live coding is not the best, but let's try. Okay. So my plan now, should we make a little drawing?
Yeah, I like drawings.
Okay. So the plan now is to get all analytics. What did they call it? Get all episode analytics. So get all episode analytics. And then that is one. Then we need to add all downloads. Add together downloads from all. Add together downloads from all 7 days for one episode. I can't even see what I'm writing. From all 7 days for one episode. And then we'll need to sort by that summary. Add together downloads from all 7 days for one episode. Sort by total downloads. And then choose popular. So let's choose the 3 or 5 most popular. Or just choose most popular. We'll figure that out later. Okay, does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
So let's go into our data. We created a little of a data helper here. So this is fetch episodes. So I'll copy paste most of this to get us the fetch all data. So we'll do fetch episodes. So this one was called fetch episode analytics, wasn't it? Get all episode analytics, get all episode analytics or analytics, fetch episode analytics, and we'll get the key, we'll get the show ID. We don't need the published status because it's going to be published. And then we can do page size 50 because I'm imagining there are some pagination here as well. So we'll need to go through most of them to see what, to get all of the data. No. So is there no pagination here on the response? Is it just all of them? Episode type, episode analytics, attributes, episodes. 1, 2, 3, start, relationship, show, included. Oh, so there is no pagination on this page? Huh, interesting. Okay, let's see. So we'll just skip this part. So then there is no, well, then we hadn't needed to do all of this because it seems like there is no pagination. So I didn't have to copy the pagination data. Okay.
See.
So we'll get some response and it will be transistor episode analytics. Well, I'm going to start without any TypeScript. And then we'll just do return response data. And then I'll just console log the data to see what happened, what we have. Okay. And then it's oh no, now I see it. It's not all episode. It's you have to go. Is it the no, it is for all episodes, but the ID is here. So the slug ID is here. Okay, so that's fine. I thought suddenly we had to ask every episode for its analytics. That would have been a little too much. So we'll do this one. Version 1. And then we're gonna pop in the show ID.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll use this on our front page and see what we get. Const data equals await fetch episode analytics. Do you think it want to help me? It wants to help me with this? No.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Add import from data. It did. Look at that.
That's nice.
Well, we can just await it. We're not using it yet, so let's just await it. Okay, let's run this then. I'm having fun just like really coding on stream and not like knowing what I'll get into. Okay, so are we getting to, it says 97 more items. So the question is if we're getting absolutely all the shows. So we can make sure we do so it's attributes episodes. And then we can do a number. So it's data. I should have this up. So it's data, attributes, episodes. Data, attributes, episodes length. So let's see if we're getting 197 or not. Oh, 197. So we are getting all of them in one go. And it's probably because we're just getting the data. We're not getting the full. If it was giving us like the full information about the episode, that is a lot more data. But here we're just getting like tiny pieces of data about the analytics. So it's, they're not going to be paginating these responses. So that's cool. So then we need to do, so let's get the episodes at least, episodes. So I don't know what of the episodes. So this will give us all of the episodes. And then for each episode, we need to get the total. So we're going to map over each episode. So we're going to get an episode and then we're going to return that episode. But I want to add the total number. So now I'm trying to think out loud. So every episode is getting, let's look at the docs. So every episode has a downloads. And we want to take that download and then we want to add up all the downloads and get a total downloads. Let's just double check that it's not already giving us a total downloads. No, it's not. Because that would have been stupid if we calculated the total downloads and then it turns out it's actually giving us the total downloads. So for each episode, then we need to do episode total downloads. And then we'll use a reduce, which is correct. Copilot. So we're gonna then take how is reduce? Is it accumulator first? Oh, look at this. Oh wow, it's writing it for me. Okay. So
Nice.
so we're starting at 0, and then the accumulator is like the total at this point, which is a number. And then it is the downloads. But we'll need to look at that because I don't think this would be, it's not download count. It's just for each of these. It's for each app or for each day. It's day and then downloads. So this is incorrect. So we'll do the next one coming in is a day. And then we need to do the day and the downloads. So we're saying here for each day, pick the downloads and add it to the total number we already had. Yes, I think that should be correct. And the day is then should be a date and then downloads, but we can do that later. Okay. Okay, maybe is that, do we think
what?
Do we think I've done this correctly?
Yes, you do.
And then we return, we add the total downloads and then we return the episodes. Okay, so let's console log out just all the episodes. Episodes. And then let's map through. And then we should do episode. And what we want to have back is the total number of downloads. So episode. Why can't I write episode, Ola?
Total. I don't care. Is it that important?
Well, it has to be the correct, otherwise we're gonna get undefined. So it kind of seems correct. Like, do we have that many that only has like one download? That seems a little weird. Let me have a look. Is there something I'm missing?
Do you have to download them to listen?
Well, that's how they're counting. So downloads is, yes, as if somebody kind of, while you're listening to an audio file, it's kind of downloaded to your system. So that's how it's done. So let's just do a sanity check then. Let's do episode, instead of console logging all of them, let's just console log episodes 0 and see if we get like the total. So this one, yeah, so it's 12 and then because it's the last 7 days. So it's not in total. It's like, it's the last 7 days. So obviously the really old ones wouldn't have been downloaded in the last 7 days, because this is the one, or not the really downloads. So this week with Slow and Steady People are, we just came out with a new episode yesterday. So that is why, the count is up.
So what you're saying is that the latest and most popular are the same?
Well, it's usually the most, I guess it's the latest are usually the most popular last 7 days.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But it would be interesting to see if we have, but it would be interesting to see if we had some outliers that maybe, if we did like a little bit of a longer time period or time horizon, maybe if we did the last month, maybe there are some old ones that are, keep popping up, and those would be nice to have on the front page. So
Agreed.
Let's see, could we do a larger optional starting date? So default to the last 7 days. So if we did the whole time period, then we would, get the most popular of all times.
You should have that on the front page.
Yeah. Or we can do the most popular the last year. But anyway, this seemed to work, which is good. So let's just let's hard code some dates then. Start date. and then end date. And it was episodes and then start date. So we'll need to make a query param. So we'll just start and end date. That seems correct to me. Start date, end date, start date, end date. Yes. So let's do, I mean, what we could do is do like a, usually we do like 1970 is usually like the start date if you want to do in infinite.
Yeah.
I think if we do date, date JavaScript. Here are MDN docs again.
Yes.
So
MDN. Yes.
yeah, I think if you just do date now, you get the time since January 1st, 1970. Get full year. Okay. I'm going to do, I don't like to do date math, so let's do date FNS. It's my favorite date library. So let's just use that because then we could do maybe let's do for popular, maybe we should not look at this week. Maybe we should look at from a week ago and then maybe, you know, all the time. Lillian is calling. The pirate princess is calling.
Oh shit. She probably
I'll
called
take
me
it.
too then.
Yeah,
No,
can you
she
call her
didn't
back?
call me.
Okay, well, she's gonna call you soon then. So you mute yourself and you take it, and then I'm gonna do the date. So let's do date FNS. And since this is all on, you know, this is on build times. Oh, we got an error. Can't read. Oh, is that because these end dates and start date is wrong? Let's see. We have to figure that out before we. So it's date, month, year. Oh, so it's the opposite. It's date, month, year. That's how we do it in our like in Norway, but it's usually always year. You know, it's the other way around. All this. These are the things. You know, you look at the documentation, but you don't really catch it, do you? Because it's the opposite of what you are used to. Or I actually trained myself to feel like the opposite of this is what is normal because I grew up with this way of writing dates to be normal. And then I trained myself to expect the other way, the other order to be normal. So let's see if we are getting errors from Transistor now. We are not. So at least that is correct. So let's add our date FNS npm install date FNS. And sometimes, like if you're client side and you just want to do a little bit with dates, you could just use the date stuff that's built in with JavaScript because it's a little unnecessary to bundle up a full library for doing things in the client. But since I usually do anyway, though, if you're going to do a lot of date stuff. But if you just want to do like a date on a blog post and you want it to look nice, you can just do to local string in date in regular JavaScript. So you can do what is it? I think it's local. Yes, to local time, to local string, and you get pretty nice dates. So I would just use that. But if you're going to do a lot of date calculations, I do recommend something like date FNS. So date and FNS, we've added it. And what I want to do now is that I want the default start date to be, let's say 52 weeks ago. And I want the, well, is the start date before? Which way are we doing this, Transistor? And they're required to use end date. Well, who's using starting date? Yes. So it is correct. So this is the start. So we want the start date to be a date that is a year back. Or we want the end date to be like a week ago. That's what we want. We want the end date to be like a week ago. And then we want the start date to then to be a week ago plus a year. So let's go to their documentation. I haven't used it in a while, so let's have a look. Time zones. Add. So add the specific years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, and seconds to the given date. So we want to do, we'll just look at the examples. So we'll do the new date, which is today, and then we will add. And I don't think they have subtract. I think we just say minus if we want to do something negative. Subtract. Let's search sub. So yeah, they do have subtract. So day helpers. Do they just have a sub? Yeah, they have a sub. So we'll do sub new date, and then we'll do minus 1 week, and then on the other one we'll do minus 43 weeks. So start date should be new date, which is today. We'll just do the current date. And then we will subtract, did I say weeks? Which should be then 53 weeks ago. And then we have to format it so that we get the correct format. What did I do? Oh, I removed it all. And we need to import our sub, import from data FMS. That is correct. And then we need to format it so we get the correct format that Transistor was asking for. I feel like coding now with all of this help, like it's different. Format sub. And what it always gets me is that they never manage, like Copilot never manages to get the thingies right. The parentheses and stuff. So it was then date, month, year. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing for the end date. And there we want to just do 1 week. So we want it from 53 weeks until 1 week ago. And we could probably make these consts up here. So const today equals new date. And then const 52 weeks ago, or like we can do start date. Then we can change it. Start date, we'll do sub today, and then it was weeks minus 53, and then we'll do end date. That's better to have them on their own there. And then we can format it down here, I feel. So start date. And then we'll do end date.
Yes.
What did she want?
She wanted to tell us she's on her way home.
Okay.
That is good. I like it. The weekend is coming in fast.
The weekend is coming in fast. Okay, so let's do an episode that is a little bit older to see if it's gotten any more downloads.
Okay, I was a little distracted. How far back are we going with this? 2 years?
I did 1 year.
When did you start?
I did from 1 week ago, so I'm skipping the last week.
No, when did you start on the podcast?
Oh, when did I start on the podcast? Let's
You've
see.
been doing such and such 100 episodes.
I've done 102 episodes.
So that's 2 years then.
Yeah.
Something.
But the
So
first one was...
You should at least do 2 years, maybe more, because suddenly 1 year has passed by and yes, seriously.
Look at that. June 2021, I was a guest.
Yes.
And then June 16th, I joined. Well, was it that fast? Yeah, I guess it was. But
instant success. June 2021. That's already soon 3 years.
Okay, so this one has had a total of 263 downloads. That episode. So we're not the most popular podcast in the universe.
That's the
But
thing with
that's
podcast is not about the numbers.
it's about the connections.
Yes. That's right.
So
That's
now we have
right.
the whole year of things and 264 more times. That is correct. Okay. Well, let's do that. And then when that is done, we need to sort it with the most popular on top. So sorted.
When did you start now? What, 1 year?
Yeah.
You're sticking to
Well,
1 year.
this is not like this is not what episodes we're calculating. This is how long of a time we're calculating popular or not. So we're saying what has been most popular out of all episodes in the last year.
That's what I'm
So we're not
saying. That's why you should do 3 years.
okay, but then it's going to take a long time to calculate because we're going to have so many days to add together. You know,
For the
if we
machine or you?
for the machine. So if we do
Oh, poor
years,
machine.
yeah,
That's true.
if we do years here and then we'll do 3.
Be nice to the machine.
I think the machine is gonna not like us. Oh, look at that. It's slow because it has to figure out all of this stuff at build time.
Now with this new AI thing, we have to be nice to the machine or else, you know.
So let's do at least one. Let's just do 1 year on or 53 weeks like I had it locally. And then we can do,
No, no, it's fine.
more
I'm just
time.
coming with suggestions. I'm not giving orders here, you know.
Okay, we're not sort reverse. We're gonna sort. And then it's episode A. And then it's B. And then I never remember what direction this is. So will this sort them from top to bottom, or will this sort them from, will this be the most popular on top, or will this be the most popular on bottom? So let's do let's just do a console log to see which one is on top.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Sorted episode and then 0. If that is like 0, then we know it's on the bottom, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it's 333, then that is on top, I'm guessing. So then we want to do A minus B. Oh, I've stopped it. Let's see what it says. Yeah, so that would be total downloads 0 in the last year. So we had it correct with the most popular on top, so we'll do that. So let's then return the sorted episode. So it's not fetch episode analytics anymore. It is rename fetch. Oh, wait a minute. Because if we're going to give the information about this, like, so fetch most popular episodes. So we'll need to create so this will be fetch episode analytics, and we'll do the sorted part in response equals, so yes. Okay, and then we'll need to create another function that will do fetch most popular episodes, most popular episodes.
Yeah. Great.
So that will then get const analytics equals await fetch episode analytics.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do return. We'll need to return the episode. So how many episodes should we return? Let's do count equals 5. And then
Yeah.
we're sorting the episodes like we did. Episode analytics, rename episode analytics. And then we'll need to grab the first 5. So we're going to have then most popular are the sorted episodes slice count. And then we'll need to map over those and actually fetch the information about each of these if we're going to be able to write out the title and stuff like that on the front page.
Yeah.
So for that, we then need to create another function or another functionary again. That would be because we have fetch episodes here. And then we also need then fetch episode. Because I think that was a different API episodes. Query, search query. Okay, so we can maybe just then, could we get all of them in one go? How is this search query? Get a episode. Okay, let's do one episode at this time then. So it's a single episode. We'll do this. So we'll copy paste our code here again. So we'll need then to have the episode ID. And then after that, we'll need the API key. Oh, API key. And it's API episode. Version 1. API episode. So it's going to be episode ID. So that's going to give us the information about one episode. Return response.
Oh.
Data. So fetch episode. So if we go back here, then we'll need to await all of them. So we're going to have to do a promise all. So promise all, and then we'll do the most popular map fetch episode. And then, but this is not correct. Now Copilot is just messing with me.
That's evil.
Well, there, now it helped me. So most popular, we're going to map over it. And for each episode, we're going to fetch the episode. And we're not going to await inside of here. We're just going to return this. And then we're going to await all of them. Await promise all. And this should give us the most popular episodes. And then we'll get episodes. Okay. And then we should create a section with a header. Oh, what I like most about GitHub Copilot is when it helps me with copy like this. And this is not correct syntax. What are you smoking, Copilot? What are you smoking? Episodes, map episode. There we go. I don't know, like suddenly it decides to give me, I think it's PHP syntax. I am gonna do on fetch episodes here. So on all fetch all episodes, do I map the data there? No, I don't. So I think it's like attributes title, attributes description. And it's only one. I think it's giving me PHP code. I think that's what Copilot gave me. Like there's like no PHP code in this repo. So why? Look at that.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that marketing experience with that for Atsera. An interview I did with Jeff is one of our most popular episodes.
You didn't see that coming. Huh?
I didn't. But then also DN Simple with Anthony Eden. I mean,
yeah.
we interviewed him as well. And I wasn't a part of this discussion. I don't think I was there for this one, but super cool.
Yeah.
So let's do a div here again and do set HTML, which is the way to do that in Astro.
So do we have plans with the pirate princess now when she comes home? What's up?
She's gonna
What's
visit.
happening?
She's gonna visit her friend Liv.
Ah. Yeah, she wanted to do that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The
So what
live.
I'm doing here is that I did episodes and then I mapped over it and I did the data attributes. I think I'm going to do that here as well. So, and then just do our episode data. Ooh. And then map over
It is
that.
great work here. You're coding a lot today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. So
what happened here now? Return attributes. Episode map episode.
So are you getting close to making it work? You are, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do an href on the episode.
Href.
And let's just do what we do on these pages instead of coming up with a UL here. Let's do articles. That's better. And then it's episodes because we are not on episodes. And see, now the build town is slow. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yep. Everybody's like, oh, Gatsby is so slow. If you're gonna generate lots and lots of pages on build, it's gonna take time. But when it's done and you publish it, it's rock solid, right? It's as long as you don't touch it or try to rebuild it, your data is gonna be there.
And that's why I think that though all those big organizations with big websites who are using Gatsby now, they will be using Gatsby until something as good shows up, which is not yet.
No. Well, we'll see. If Astro comes with a way to grab remote data and put it into their collections, like I called in the book, we've written it in the book of predictions, I think they're going to be very close to something that could work also when pulling in data from multiple places. And they're releasing...
What?
So they have this concept of collections where if you have a folder of markdown files, it will create, and you configure it correctly, that all of those markdown files will become posts in a collection. So it's going to be a collection of those markdown files, and you can, and I think that's just, then it's just sourced once, and you can work with that collection. And you can also do that with JSON files in this file system. So I think the next logical step, I would assume, is that instead of sourcing from your local file system into this concept of collections, you should be able to source from a remote API into the same concept of collections. Or they might take the path where, like, when you do a build, you ask for all that data and you write that file yourself, and then you can create a collection from that file. But I'm thinking that they will simplify it so you can just like configure some API endpoint and say, hey, that's my collection. I think that would be kind of cool. But
yes,
that's where I'm at with Astro now. Like, you know, the more we learn, maybe I'm like, oh, they have a way of doing this, or we figure out that in their kind of mental model of their framework, it should work differently. But these are some of the things like I'm exploring in my head. So between these streams, I'm like thinking Astro. I'm like, how would this work in Astro? How do Astro think about this? Like, how could we utilize Astro to the best of its ability, right? So at least now we have an index page with the most popular episodes. I love that. I love that our post where I'm telling Benedict to relax, or I think no, he did relax. I don't know. No, I'm the one who's forced relaxation. Yes, it's not the one where he has to be relaxed. Yeah, this is the last year when I fell off a horse. That was pretty. Yeah, I've been struggling until recently with my head, actually.
You've been struggling with your head?
Well, I've gotten more tired from looking at screens. I feel like maybe in January-ish, I started noticing that I don't get as tired as fast. And that's almost a year after I fell off this horse and
Yeah,
had a
stay away from
concussion.
horses, everybody. They're bad.
I'm going back to this place with Lillian this summer doing a camp, riding
Yeah,
camp, but I'll try to
yeah.
be good. I'll try to be
Mm-hmm.
good and not fall off the horse. Anyway,
Yes.
we now have these episode pages, and we also have the episode archive pages. So I thought, just for completeness, let's make sure that we kind of have a nav bar for all of these pages and like make it look a little bit more consistent functionality wise, because everybody looking will be looking at this being like, this is ugly. Yeah, it's not the prettiest. Next week we're gonna make it pretty. I promise. Pretty. I sound like like I'm from like I'm a American cowboy, like from the land of cowboys. I'm gonna make it pretty. I did used to live in southern Indiana, so it's not
Yeah.
strange that
It
I
was
have that
tough.
kind of American accent.
It was a tough time.
It was
Yeah.
a tough time, in the
Yeah.
olden days. It was in 1998 and 1999. I'm actually a graduate from an American high school, the class of 1999.
Yeah. Better
Yep.
party like it's 1999.
Party like it's 1999. Well, so let's commit this. So feature most popular. And
So
then we're
when will
just
I be able to put my content into my website with this? Can I do it before we make it pretty, or does it have to be pretty first? Purdy.
no, you can we're gonna be merging this PR after the stream. So you can
Yes,
start adding in blog posts if you want to.
I
So
do. I
so
do
let's
want to.
go. We've been using MVP CSS.
Yes.
So let's just have a little bit of a look here for how we can. I just want a nav bar like this on top. And I think if we go to the docs and they have a quick start template, but then we'll need to go and view page source. So we want the header above the main. So we'll grab this and put that into our layout. So the slot is here. This is where our page content is being put in. So let's put the header there. So no logo, but we can do like home. Let's just do home for now. And then the first menu, I think we should be all episodes. And then we probably should have like an about and stuff like that, but let's skip that for now. So we'll just do this. All episodes. That's our header. And I think that's it. I don't think we should have like the same header on every page. We'll just have that little nav bar on top. So we can skip this. See, now it's like fetching all the analytics every time. So why did I copy paste something and then remove it? Oh, I did the menu item that didn't have an href. No, there is an href. Well, no, it's not an href on this one. So a little too quick sometimes.
That's okay.
So episodes.
That's
Episodes. And you're like, why is it important? Because otherwise you won't get to the correct place.
No, I'm fine with that.
So if we go back to our page, yeah, now we have all episodes. So you can go there and you can see all the episodes, or you can go home. And if you go to one of the episodes, you have this nav bar on top as well. So that's a good way of actually starting out. And then I think maybe we should so most popular episodes. Yeah, let's see if we can use something else nice from this section. So we could have these cards. Should we do cards or should we do? Yeah, let's just keep it as is. Oh, where are we? Here we are. So now there's a little too much space there. Let's go home. A lot of space here. What am I missing? Oh, the header is that big. Oh, I think it's because they in seems to me in this MVP we're supposed to have like the title up there. And then the main page and then have the title. Or what? Does this have a why is it so big? Oh, it's the nav bar. It's got a margin bottom of 7 rem. But this is what we're gonna do next month. No, next month. I said next week. So I just wanted to at least have these links up here so that we, can actually click around and see what's up.
We're taking time off in the weekend.
Yes.
Like proper Norwegians.
Like proper Norwegians. But see, I can't let it go. You know me. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a style. Oh, I can do a little bit of a style down here. So it's global. I would say that main should be 60 characters wide and the text wrap should be pretty. And then our nav should have margin bottom 0. There we go. That's better.
It's time!
It's time?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
What do you mean? Look at what?
No, I did it. I said that it was going to be 60. We're going to do article. Articles are going to be 60 characters max, and then we're going to center them just to make it look a little bit better. Like that.
Yep.
At least it doesn't look awful. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty awful. Like, let's be honest, but okay. But it's actually a functioning website, which is what I wanted it to be by the end of this week.
I love it. Yeah, we're still getting those high numbers out of StreamYard, and I still think it's YouTube. I can't find yesterday's.
You mean Twitter? I think StreamYard is having a bug. I don't think there's many people are watching.
But
I mean, if you are watching, give us.
You said that the numbers on Twitter are almost the same. So no, it comes on Twitter. It's Twitter.
If you are one of the people watching on Twitter right now, like give us a comment. So I don't trust these numbers.
No, that's not the point. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the numbers are coming from Twitter, not StreamYard.
Mm-hmm. Well, that I believe.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't blame it on StreamYard. That's like, be nice. Oh, here are the numbers from yesterday. Okay. Found them. I found them. Yeah. Slightly higher yesterday. Slightly higher.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 58 minutes now. Yeah. Slightly higher yesterday. Well, but still good. Still good numbers. Yep.
I just can't. Yeah.
You can't. What is it?
I can't believe it. No, I just can't believe that this many people are watching right now.
I can't believe it. Are you trying to say that the numbers from Twitter are lying?
I'm not saying anything. Do we want to do a summary?
Yes, we do.
Because now I know what we were going to do today. And we'll just
when you mention it, we do want it. Let's go.
Okay.
Nope.
So what? Well, let's just wait for this build. Okay. What? So today we created this most popular episodes section.
It's Andrew
on our
Atkinson.
homepage.
He's the winner. He's the winner.
I like that it's Andrew and Anthony. So those are the most popular episodes.
You sure it's not alphabetical?
I am pretty sure it's not alphabetical.
It's both D and but he's got a book. He's writing a book on Postgres, or
It seems like it.
You haven't read the book. What?
No. High
Somebody,
performance. Let's have a
please
look.
tell us about the book. Please,
Look,
somebody.
there it is.
Later.
High performance PostgreSQL for Rails. Beta
What a
complete.
good-looking guy.
What a good looking guy.
Look, it's a review. Let's read it. Let's read the review. I'll read
So
it. Come on, go.
the beta was complete in 2023,
Go down.
December
I
of
want to
last
read the
year.
review. Go down. Go down. Okay. A book with this information would have allowed me to shortcut several years off of learning Postgres the hard way. Dave C. Yeah, sounds like a
Cool.
great book.
I mean, this is somebody I need to listen to this podcast episode, and maybe I should recruit them for my newly bought domain, Postgres WTF, which is
Yeah,
my
you
newest
should.
domain. If you have a great idea for what you want to put on the site, I'm open for collaborations. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we got side. I mean, we're never derailed from what we're
No,
doing, right?
a
So
queen never gets
we're like,
derailed. No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
it was planned. Anyway,
Yes.
so what? Today we wanted to create a most popular episodes section on the front page.
Yes.
And we figured out that we could do this by asking, we could ask, let's go to the docs instead. We could ask the transistor we could
Yeah.
ask the transistor API for the analytics of all episodes. So that was analytics, get all analytics, all episode analytics. And after getting all the analytics, we had to loop through all episodes. And for all episodes, we needed to loop through the downloads array, or the day array. There was an array, or there was an item for every day with the date and the downloads for that day. So we had to loop through every day in this array and then summarize the download count. And we added that as a total downloads onto the episode. And then after that, we needed to sort by most popular on top, and then we get the most popular, and then we fetch information about each of those episodes, so we get the title and the description and all of that stuff, because the analytics endpoint only gives us the ID of the episode. So we use that ID, or it gives us the analytics as well, but it doesn't give us anything more on the episode, about the episode, than the ID. So we use that ID to fetch the information for those, in this case, 5 most popular episodes, so that we can plop that into our index page or our homepage.
And why did we do it?
Why? I think I'm not completely sure. I wanted to see if it was possible, is why we did it, honestly. But I do think it could be fun on a podcast page to kind of have your latest episode and then also your most popular episodes. And as we talked about, the latest episodes get downloaded a lot in the first week. So we said only look from only give us the downloads from 1 week ago and then a year back, so that we can see like which one of the older episodes are popular. Because if you have a lot of episodes and people are new to your podcast, I think it's good for them to listen to some of the more popular episodes first, because hopefully those are the better ones. And then you can, like, when you get into a podcast, and you get interested, you might be interested in the lesser, like the less or the less interesting, the less popular episodes as well, because you kind of like the hosts, or you like the style or the information. I know. So I thought it would be fun. And also just to see, which ones are the
And
most popular.
and one of the issues you ran into here is slow build times on the Astro.
Yeah, so what is happening now is that every time we go to look at this index page, we are asking for fetching the most popular episode. So that is happening every time. So I'm hoping there is some kind of cache situation with Astro that we don't know about yet, because we can see it by doing, if we do console log fetching analytics. We don't need to do all of that. And then length, that's fine. if we do this every time we kind of go over to the see fetched 50 episodes or no here fetched analytics 197 episodes, and then we go back. If we change something on this page, let's say I just add a word, our podcast website instead, for instance, and we go back on this page, it's like it's doing all of that again, all of those calculations again.
30. How many milliseconds is that? Like,
Yeah, it says it's around 30. So if we don't do any of the,
it's 30
uh,
seconds?
it's 30 milliseconds.
No, it's
No, sorry, it's 3,459 milliseconds.
is that like 3 seconds?
Yeah, it's
So
three and a
not a
half
major
seconds.
problem then, actually.
No, it's not a major problem like on build, like for the actual build because that's going to be happening on Netlify or something. But while we are doing development, I find a 3.5 second lag a little too much, actually. So that's
Okay.
why we were for for our fetch, for the generating every page, we have fetch episodes. We're doing page size 50, and then we have like a flag here that says fetch all, and then is dev. So if it's in in our dev environment, we're only fetching one page, aka 50 episodes, to make it go quicker. And I think for the analytics here, one way we could make it quicker is by having a shorter date range. So we could say that in development mode, we're just going to be looking at 1 week, for instance, and then calculating the numbers for just 1 week, and that will be faster,
Yeah.
but I would have liked. So that's a cool thing about the Gatsby data layer that you don't really appreciate for smaller project, but that you do appreciate over time, is that what we would have been doing there is that we would have like on the data sourcing, um, in the build cycle, there's a data sourcing part, and you would create these so-called nodes for each kind of data item, and then even if you're calling out to a new API, and creating nodes from that API, Gatsby would know internally if the nodes had changed. So if the nodes hadn't changed between the different builds, they didn't need to recreate the page. So
Yeah.
for this index page, like if this gave us the same like end results, then we wouldn't need to like keep rebuilding the page because it would know that the data for the page hadn't changed. But then they added all kinds of other things and it got complicated. But I would love to see Astro or some other framework like create a more lightweight version of Gatsby's data layer, because yeah,
Hello.
it's helpful. It's helpful to keep, while you're developing, um you could like cache things for hell the whole time you're developing. Yeah. So that's what we did today. And then next week, we are going to do some design. And for Data in the Wild, which is the podcast that we have recorded all the episodes for season 1, and we're going to do a big release after Easter. I want it to have a little bit of because it's called Data in the Wild. We're talking to indie hackers about their experiences with data modeling from their project. So it's like real stories from the wild. Um, and I am in my like whimsical internet area. So this is the design we have for another side project that's called Mixpod, which is, and I really, really, I get happy every time I see this design. But then for Data in the Wild, I wanted something that is like cute, but also the wild. So I think, did I search jungle? Yes, or wild on here. And I looked at the illustrations. So I think it was jungle. Yeah, and I found this guy. And we are pirates. And this, like, so this spoke to me. So I want the design of the Data in the Wild website to have this vibe. And there's like lots of designs under here. Like you got this guy, like, he's chilling. Maybe we change the laptop out with some kind of audio icon or something like that. We'll see. But there's like a lot of like this could be our 404 page. This, he's searching. I don't know what he's doing over here. He's looking for something. But I want to use these like really cutesy
Did you see
designs.
the skull I found?
Yes, I did.
With the top of the head being a microphone?
Yes, you should
He
use
can
that in
have
your
that.
design.
He can use that as a microphone, the little crocodile. He'd be like,
Mhm.
yeah, because the Vikings, they did that back in the day. If you like if you had like this, now when you have a conflict at work, you go to HR and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll sit down or whatever. I don't really know what HR does, but back in the old days, what I used to do here in Norway, they used to say, okay, dude, meet me at. We had these little islands that they call Holme. What do you
Mhm.
call it in English? I don't know. It's like a little rock in the sea, and then you go out there, those two dudes or women, and they be like, okay, there's one of us is leaving this little island, and we're gonna, just duke it out. As a Holmgang, and then after that, you would take his skull and you
Ugh.
cut off the top, and then you
Ugh.
maybe not the top, I don't know, but you use it to drink from, and and
Ugh.
and some people say that's why you say skull. You say skull.
As in
Skull, everybody.
skull?
Yeah, but I think that's actually being like fake news.
De-
The skull thing
debunked.
with the skull. Yeah, but who knows? But at least they
Who
did do
knows?
it. They drunk from the skulls. To it's a subtle message to everybody else who wants to f with you. You see the
Yes.
last guy who gave me some grief at lunch. Look at him now. He's shutting up now. Yeah,
I mean, it's a good thing we're not there anymore, isn't it?
we grew up here in the north.
We grew up here in the north.
Yeah,
But look at
took
this.
us.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. So I want to say
I
something
hope
too.
people would look. Well, I just had to say, I hope people would like it because it's like data in the wild. Like, I think our
Yeah,
intros are like a little bit over the top. It's like wild. And then you come look at the site and it's like, it's not
cute.
really wild, is it? It's just
Yeah,
super cute.
I think that's the part, princess. Maybe you should let her in. But I can say something while you're unlocking the door, or isn't it
Well,
locked?
right now, Ina is calling me. So, yeah.
All right then. So maybe I can remove these cutesy logos from the thing. Yeah, I can. Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry that this is mirrored, so it's a bit hard to read, but it says detox day, and what it is I got this app here on my phone. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's here, the HBO app. Oh, you can't even see it. You can't focus. It's the HBO. You know the HBO. And I also had the Netflix. I already deleted my Netflix, and now I'm gonna delete my HBO. Oh shoot! I turned it on. Anyway, I'm gonna delete it because I do. Right now, I'm watching The Sopranos, like when I'm on a break and stuff, and then it's not good for me to get all this stuff into my brain. I need to detox my brain from digital inputs. And it's day one. Yeah, that's a one right there. And I'm going to count and see how it goes. So, and that's for my podcast, Dev Life Pirates, where you like do stuff in your dev life to get, you kind of take stuff from work, skills that you learn at work, and you bring it into your like personal life to make your personal life more piratey, which is better, like better. So yeah, detox day one, and I'll get back to all of you day, and you'll see how it goes. Last time I tried, I got worse. I did more. I did more toxology stuff. So yeah, it's yeah, it's wish me luck.
Is this your
Eh,
digital detox?
Yeah,
Oh. Are you starting today? I
yeah.
didn't hear.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm starting
Wow.
today. We have
Oh,
49 views now. That's good. That's the
yes.
same as yesterday, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
it's 2 more than yesterday.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
moly!
Holy
Okay,
moly.
so I decided that on my vlogging, the numbers that I will look into are my one metric that matters is number of videos, and it's on the top here in the YouTube app on the top. Oh, it's impossible to see stuff. On the top here, it says number of videos 259, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna so if I make another vlog, it's gonna be 260,
You're gonna
260. So
bump it up, aren't you? You're
yeah,
gonna be
I'm
bumping it
bumping the
up.
numbers. I'm
So
bumping the numbers.
remember to head on over to YouTube. There should be a link in the description of the tweet if you are on the Twitzers,
Yeah.
and like and subscribe and all of that, and follow our experiment with YouTube short vlogging and also YouTube short tech clips and our live streams. And who knows, suddenly an edited video. That could be cool too.
It's
Okay.
not coming from me.
No, I know you're the vlogger, and
Yeah,
then I'll do
I don't
the
edit.
edited videos, and then we'll both do the live streams. That's a
Yeah, my
good
vlogs are
combo.
almost live. I just do them and I publish
And
them.
you publish them.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, all right then. No, we're
So
not going to see anybody until Monday.
we'll see you Monday, and there's already a scheduled live stream in YouTube. So if you head on over to YouTube and you click the little notification bell, you will
Yes.
be notified when we go live on Monday.
Yeah.
And that's when we're going to start designing, and we're going to design this page for 2 use cases for Ola's
Dev Life
dev,
Pirates.
DevLight Pirates and our data in the wild. So we're
Oh
going to
yeah.
try to keep the same code but 2 designs.
We will
So
keep
we'll
the same
see.
code. No
Yes, we'll see how
problem.
that goes. We'll see how that goes.
All right, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy the weekend. We will. I can even see sun outside, so it's all good.
Yeah.